I've been dancing with life, realizing I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to fucking dance, but I'm frustrated with the fact that I don't know how to dance, and it's really weighing on my mind as of late. I'm realizing so many things about myself and all the things that I'm not necessarily good at like I thought I was. And that is irking me. That's irking my soul on a different level because now that I'm actually wanting, having the desire to work on these things and not getting what I want instantaneously, it's fucking with my head. I keep thinking that everything's supposed to be linear. Everything's supposed to be just moving up. Don't mind the chopsticks I was just eating, but yeah. Keep thinking that everything is supposed to be just up, and it's like you gotta realize this shit is a dance. You're gonna go forward, go back, and I have to realize that this is life. I keep telling myself shit or telling other niggas shit that I should probably listen to. I know I should be listening to, but it doesn't like click in my head. Like, it's like I know. That's another thing. You always know. And thought the stove was on, but you always know what you need to be doing in this world, even when you feel like you don't know. I always use this analogy saying like how animals know exactly what they need to be doing as soon as they come into this world. And I know we're an animal too, so that should tell you everything you need to know. But they know what they need to be doing. It's like it just comes naturally to them. And I feel like the difference with them and us is like a lot of this shit is being intentionally stripped away from us. The just natural aspect of things, of human evolution, of everyday life, of how we figure things out for ourselves, how we realize who we are. Those things aren't of importance to the higher ups, you know, the niggas who really run shit, quote unquote. But you know who really run shit. It's like they are stopping the natural order of life, bruh. But you can't stop it. I think that irritates them, you know. Or like roaches to them for real. It's funny. But I don't know, man. This shit getting frustrating. Just realizing that you have a force that is constantly working against you, or at least attempting to. But you also have to know that no matter what force is held against you, you're gonna prevail. You're gonna do the shit that you need to do. You know why? Because you know you have to. You do it every time. Everything that you ever wanted, you eventually get. Whether you know it or not, you have it. Like, you really gotta think about how blessed you are as a person to wake up every day and have the opportunity to do what you need to do in this world. Have the opportunity to figure out who you are. You have the opportunity. Yeah, it's hard. Not saying that it's gonna be easy, but it's like you have it. It's yours. That's something that they can't take away from you. Niggas can't take that shit away from you. You can make the decision right now to be a different person. And it's a hard decision. It could be a hard decision, but it could also be an easy decision. It's the fact that the fear behind taking that path and everything that crumbles behind that, you know. I feel like that's something I've been fearing a lot as of late. Just, I don't know, doing new things, knowing that I'm just like grieving my old self, my past self, grieving the past things in my life, the things that I thought I knew, and also just having a lot of doubts of the new life that I'm constantly trying to build for myself right now, that I know eventually I'm gonna get because I'm here right now. the proof is always in front of you. And I think it's so easy to forget that because we often, I know myself included, like compare just our lives to everyone else's. And it's so easy to do that nowadays when, social media is a huge thing. You're constantly being shown, a life that you feel like you should be having, that you should be living. You're constantly being told to live a certain way, to look a certain way, to act a certain way, and it's like you're not that. You have to realize you have to take the path on just being an individual, just being human. I don't even think half of that shit is really humane. Constantly trying to be something that you're not, and they advertise it. People advertise it as like something that you should be doing, but it's like, who are you to say what the fuck I should be doing with my life? Now, not to say that other people. Oh no, you shouldn't be doing no bullshit now. Like you shouldn't be doing no crazy shit to yourself. You feel me? But it's like when it comes to just naturally doing what you want to do, the things that you gravitate towards, that's something that I feel like a lot of people, whether intentional or not, try to stop because of their own insecurities and their own fears that they have, And I think the best thing that you can do for the world is be yourself. That is going to push a lot of people, motivate a lot of people to do the exact same thing within their own lives. And that plants a seed. That's like, bruh, that's the whole reason why I feel like I do half of the shit that I do is because of other people around me, other people that I've seen growing up. I want to be as cool as these people. I'm not saying I want to be these people. I want to. It's inspiration. That's all it is. It inspires me to figure out what makes me cool, what makes me someone that I like, that other people might like, And it's like that brings a different type of security within yourself because it's freeing rather than restricting. You don't feel like you have to move a certain way to get the things that you want out of life. You just be, and things just come naturally to you. You attract things, and that might trigger a lot of other people who feel like they have to do the opposite to get what they want, And it's just living life, dancing through life is just a whole lot of contradictions and confusion. Like you feel like you're doing the right thing one moment, and then the next you realize you've been doing something completely different from what you thought you was doing. But it's okay because it's not the end. It is frustrating just constantly starting over on shit. But I think that's like one of the coolest things that you can do. Probably like one of the bravest things you can do, because a lot of people are scared to start over, and they end up stuck with lives that aren't even their own. They start living lives that aren't even aligned with who they actually are, and that within itself is frustrating. That within itself will make a nigga depressed and want to do some devious shit. That alone, living a life that isn't yours, that you've been fed, like you've been told to live. You feel like you had no freedom to really go out there and experience who you are. That's frustrating. That will literally make a nigga go insane. Bruh, it's like that's inhumane. That's not natural. That's why a lot of things are just, when you start seeing life for what it actually is, when you start just seeing life in a lens of honesty, you got to be honest with how things are. Do you really feel like you doing what you need to be doing for yourself? Are you genuinely like happy with how things are right now? It's just questions that you gotta ask yourself. I feel like a lot of people are afraid to ask. I know I am sometimes. And sometimes you just get so caught up in everyday life that it just kind of just passes by. At least for me, I have this like constant feeling of dread, like, well, lack of better words, like it's just, it's heavy, you know, and it sits there for a while. And I think of the things that I could be doing to help alleviate it, help alleviate that pain, that just that weight in my chest, and then I don't do it. I'm too tired to do it, or it's better to just indulge in this, indulge in that, and it's just easy. It's easier. And not to say that's necessarily bad, because I feel like those things are needed in order for you to get to the point where you need to be. Because when you get to that point, you start realizing like all those things that led up to that point was for a reason. Even if you don't realize that reason right then and there, even if it's years later, it's appreciated, it's noticed, it's like, it just makes sense. You're like, damn, you know, and then you start, I don't know, you really start appreciating the chaotic aspect of life, the weird, like how life communicates with you through, I don't know, your body, through your environment, through just things that make you feel a certain way, and you kind of forced to be in this, you're forced to sit in this feeling, and that's the most uncomfortable part, I feel like, but also the most like exciting part once you get past it. It's like working on something that you know you've seen other people achieve and do, but when you start working on it, you have this idea like, okay, it's gonna be hard, yeah, whatever. But then when you actually start doing this shit, it's like, oh fuck, this is actually, it's actually hard. And when I first started skating, I wanted to be like the niggas that I saw growing up. And then I stopped. Then I went back into skating and really decided to push myself. I said, okay, I'm gonna do a kickflip. I'm gonna learn how to do a kickflip. Like, and the cool part about this story, the cool part about this story that I'm telling y'all is I went with my homie to the skate park, and bro, me and him are new. We know how to ride a skateboard, but it's like we don't know how to do any tricks. I know how to do an ollie, but that's about it. And we went in there. We were talking to people, you know, trying to gauge, like, try to feel the vibe out. You feel me? And it was chill. It was cool. We got to meet some cool people, and those same cool people, we made a bet with them, trying to push ourselves to do what we need to do. Just make shit fun for us. And the bet was for me to do a kickflip and for him to do an ollie on a platform within a week. And if we lose, then we got to give him like some money or some shit. I forgot, like I think $100 or something. And if we, I don't know. I don't think it was money. I think it started off with money, but then we set our souls. But anyways, so moral of the story, we ended up doing it. We did it in under a week, and that shit is crazy. And it was just pure dedication. That's all it was. Every day, I was so focused on doing this kickflip, bro. I said, bro, nothing's gonna stop me. I was low key doing some crazy shit, but I bought a new skateboard. I already had a skateboard. I bought a new one just to help me with the flick, you know, to really feel out like what is right for me, you know, because different boards help with, you know what I'm trying to say. It helps with different things. A smaller board, a skinnier board will help with like flips. They flip faster. A bigger board will help with balance, whatever, blase. And I made sure to like get something that I felt comfortable with to do this kickflip. And I did it in under a week, bro. The moment I did it, I started bawling. I was crying. I love telling this story because it's like that moment really showed me that I could do anything. Like, of course, I had other moments where I felt like that, but that moment in my adulthood, bro, that shit hit, bro. It was that was one of the best feelings ever, and I cried. Like, I feel like I cried. I almost cried. I definitely was tired as fuck though. Like I was out there all night, every single day, and I hit that. What? You can't tell me nothing, nigga. Anyways, but I don't even know where I was going with that shit. That shit just got me hyped. That really lit a fire in my soul, and it led me down a path of just finding that feeling again in other aspects of my life. It's like when you get a certain taste of something, it's like you can't just let that shit go. You can't. You. It just leaves you like, damn. I'm going back to my normal life. It's mundane shit, and there's nothing I could do about it. Like, bro, you could do something about it. The same way you decided to do that kickflip, you could decide to get over certain fears of, I don't know, social anxiety, of, I don't know, walking up to that girl or walking up to that guy, whatever. You could let go of the fear of just going out to a random party, whatever the fuck you want to do. Going out to that Boston class, like, bro, do what you feel like you want to do in this world, and let it surprise you. Let it be something let it have a relationship with you. You know, you gotta have a relationship with life, and you can't be so focused on the things that are trying to stop you, because that's gonna happen regardless. That's part of life, and once you accept life for what it is, I feel like it's so much easier to accept people for who they are as well. Even if you don't like them, you don't gotta. That's the duality of life. It's like you cannot like shit, and that's okay. You can like shit, and that's okay too. Things are okay. Bro, I love life. I love waking up every day, having feelings where I just feel like shit. It just, something about it is like that alone makes me feel alive. Even times when I don't feel alive, I realize it's just like the ebbs and flows of life. It's so weird. I can feel at my most like depressed, and somehow, some way, things in life will show me that it's all right. Like, it's you have to allow it too. You gotta be open for that. Sometimes you're not, and that's okay. But then you learn a lesson through all of that. Don't be so hard on yourself for not learning certain things a certain way at a certain time. Things are okay, man. You are a human. Trust me, many people have lived the same exact life that you have. Not the same exact life, you know what I mean. Have lived through the same exact experiences in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not the exact same way, at the exact same time, but someone out there has. People have stories out there. Speak to people, bro. Speak to yourself, most importantly, because you need to be heard. You feel me? If no one else is hearing you out, at least you hearing yourself out. Nah, it might just feel like I'm saying shit, but I really am just saying shit. You could take whatever you want out of this. I recorded another video before this, and it felt like I was yapping too much. I don't know if I'm gonna post that, but it basically was just saying the same shit I'm saying right now. I just feel like this video is more like directed, more intentional, has more of a force with it behind it. But I like both videos, honestly. I like the first one because it felt more authentic, and I was speaking in a way where it was kind of all over the place. But this one, after watching the first one, it was weird. I was like studying myself. It's like I notice I say certain things a lot. You know how other people just notice things about themselves, how they say like a lot or just yeah, a bunch of hoopla. I've noticed a lot of things about myself and my mannerisms and what I do and what I just see how other people see me. It was very weird, and it's been a minute since I've seen myself in that perspective, you know, in that third person perspective, just viewing myself. And I'm not trying to do that like too much, but it is cool because you can learn a lot from that. Like I know people say the way that I talk sometimes, or at least in interviews, I don't think other people really, like real life people, give a fuck too much. But at least in interviews that I've had, you know, their job is to kind of critique how you come across, I guess, which is weird in my opinion. But it's I don't know. I guess they're hiring niggas, but they would say things about my eye contact, how I move my body, how I speak, and it just I try my best to take that as constructive criticism because that's what it's supposed to be taken as, but it's sometimes so hard to just take it like that. Like it's just it feels like a nigga dissing me, like in my face, bro. It's so I don't know, weird. And then when you don't get the job, it's like a big fuck you. Like, all right, nigga, you think okay, but I just feel like it's just I don't know. You can't tell a lot from someone just off of like how they speak, and I don't know. I mean, you can, but it's just like, damn. Like, let me just. We just met, bruh. What the fuck? Like, okay. But yeah, that's just how I feel about job interviews and whatnot. Blase. Now, at this point of the video, I'm genuinely just gonna be yapping. I know I've been yapping this whole time, but I low-key just want to say some shit. For these tattoos, I love these tattoos. I genuinely do. I know the moment that I got them, it was like a moment of, okay, this shit gonna be on my body forever. And I just did it. Just because I really wanted, I've been having in my mind that I wanted a tattoo so bad. And now that I got them, I'm like, okay, this is cool, but I know I could have got some shit that was way more intentional and like better, I guess. But at the same time, it's, I don't know, I could get more, so it's really nothing to it. But it is crazy, like the placements that I got it is on my hands, and yeah, you kind of can't hide that. That is one thing about that. But I just know I want some more. I don't know exactly what other ones I'm gonna get. I drew these. I didn't tap myself, but I drew these. But I don't know if I want to like draw every single tattoo on my body. I feel like that's kind of unfair. Simply because like, I mean, it's not unfair, but it's like the reason why I said unfair is because in my mind I feel like I should let the tattoo artist be an artist and just let me be a canvas sometimes. I don't gotta always be the director of shit. Like I genuinely want to go to a tattoo artist and be like, just draw whatever you feel like the vibe I give off to you. And if they draw handsome Squidward on my shoulder, that'd be cool. No, it wouldn't. Please don't do that shit. But you know what I mean, man. I just feel like it'd be cool to just have experiences like that. I feel like it's more of a story than anything. I kind of view tattoos as more of a story than I don't know. It could be both. It could be all aspects of how people view tattoos. It could be stupid. It could be meaningful. It could be You could be anything it really wants to be, and I find that cool because I see people with the sickest tattoos on their back, and then have like Pikachu with a Glock on they bicep or something. Like it's, I just love the duality of that. Like you could really just do whatever the fuck you want. That is such, it's a cool thing about people, about life. But oh yeah, that's what I was talking about, bro. You see, but yeah, bro, just do what you want. Do what you want in this life. You really gotta constantly remind yourself that you can do that, even if things seem very distant. You can't be focusing on how far something is from you, because that's not ideal. That's not like, I don't even think that's really like possible because of something that it's like running a mile, running 2 miles, 3 miles, trying to see how far you got left. You can't really see that, you know. So the only thing you can do is see what's in front of you. Enjoy the air. Enjoy the pain that you feeling. Like really feel what you feeling. Realize the way how you're breathing, and realize how you can breathe better. You know, like focus on things that you can control, rather than things that you really can't do shit about. Like just know that you're gonna get there. No, that's all you have to know. You gotta look at things at a certain perspective where it's like, it's bigger than, or smaller. Wait, what am I trying to say? Like you see things, you know, just yeah. You can't be looking at things like so honed in on the goal. So I feel like that kind of just defeats the whole purpose of going on the journey in the first place. Because when you don't get to that exact, or do it the exact way you want to, you kind of just diminish the fact that you completed it, and focus more on how you fucked up so many times, how you stumbled along the way, how you got there, bruh. You got there. You could do it again. You can run another mile and do it better. Now that you did the first one, you could do a second one and know what you can do better. You feel me? And just enjoy it. You have to allow yourself to enjoy things and feel things. You feel me? That's something that even the painful things, 'cause that's what I feel like working out has been teaching me a lot lately. I really don't like working out, but I do, because obviously I don't really fuck with the pain aspect as much. But then when you really get past that, when you continuously show up, it is kind of enjoy, like you kind of enjoy it. You kind of like, I don't know, I'm not really at the point where I'm like craving the pain yet. I know other people have probably, they get to that point, but I don't know if I'll ever get to that point. But I guess that's for me to figure out if I decide to keep going. But it's just, yeah, you could stop if you want to, but just know if that's something that you actually want to do, you're going to constantly put yourself back out there to do it, and until you realize what you actually have to focus on. Just know that. Just have faith in yourself that everything that you want to do in life, you're going to eventually do, because it's in you. That's something that someone can't take away from you. Every time you go to sleep at night, every time you sit with yourself too long with your thoughts, and you start thinking about the things that you actually want to do in life, the things that you know that you have to put focus on, when life just hits you in ways where you're kind of forced to just sit back and see your life for what it is, the things that you can do, you start realizing, okay, I've been doing this the whole time. I want to focus on this now. And you don't beat yourself up for it. You try not to. You feel me? So I know that's something that I've been constantly trying to work on. Realizing that I've been doing something a completely different way than what I intended. And just knowing that I could do it again is what's kind of bringing me some peace in the process of things. Because I know at the end of the day, there's not no real end goal. It's just a dance of life, but you're just dancing, and that's all it is to it. I don't think there is no real destination in this shit. Of course, you can make your own through the dance. You could be the best salsa dancer or whatever the fuck. And once you get that, then what? Then you're gonna want something else, and that's cool too. Like it's just when you think you know everything about life, you really don't. Life just teaches you you don't know shit, and then that's when you know everything. When you realize you don't know everything, and even then you don't know everything, cause bro, but you know everything. You know what you gotta do. Life is a huge contradiction, man. It's so weird and beautiful at the same time. I love and I hate it. Alright. Yo, nigga.